Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back for another video. So a lot of you that have been with the channel for some time now are probably asking yourselves, wait, Wyatt, it was like 6 months ago we saw you unbox your 910 Speed Cobras. Why do you have another pedal beside you? What's going on here? Essentially, the word is that direct drive pedals are faster than dual chain or chain driven pedals. And I'm working on a song right now that is very fast. It's the fastest track I've ever worked on. The last sort of tempo cap that I came to was Thoughts and Prayers. I was 200 beats per minute. And that took some work to get up to for sure. Because I'm not a speed drummer, I've always been more focused on, like, I guess, you know, metalcore, just dynamic and kind of more complexity than just straight blasts and stuff of that nature. But I want to venture into some faster tempos, and in order to do that, I got myself a trick Bigfoot pedal that we're going to be unboxing here today. Without further ado, let's just get into opening this guy, and then afterwards, we'll definitely break down the differences between the pedals, and I'll explain in more detail, if you're new to this area, if you're new to direct drive pedals, I'll explain in some more detail why the belief is that this is faster, and then what the differences are. So yeah, let's get into it. So first impressions right away, this is super heavy duty. Like the drive shaft on this compared to my last pedal, oh my God, there's a lot that's gone into this. It looks like that each pedal, like the main pedal, slave pedal, or something like that is in these boxes. So I'm gonna scoot this over a little and put it on the desk here, and then we'll unbox it from there. Let's take a look at these. I wonder which is which. Oh, they're marked. This says Pro L. V2, is it L or 1? I can't read. Oh, it's Pro 1. So it says Pro 1 V2 and it has left checked. So that's the slave pedal. I guess that means that this is the main pedal. So we'll check out the main pedal first over here. Oh my goodness, very stuck. Oh, there we go. Oh, it says warranty card. Okay, that's kind of cool. There's the warranty card. There's in the back, there's warranty numbers there. I'm not gonna show you that. I guess it really doesn't matter, it's just the order number. But anyways, it's in the shape of a tour pass, which I think is very cool, very nifty. We got just a little quick start manual. Let's get this box to the side and let's unbag this guy. Oh, super easy, it's already open. I'll just pull her out. So, pull out my scissors again. Just gonna snip the plastic holding the beater down. There we have it. This is definitely unlike any pedal that I've ever played. My former pedals were a Pearl Eliminator, I think, and then the second pedal I played was the original Speed Cobra. Well, not the original Speed Cobra, but the one that came out before the 910. Then recently I got the 910, as you all know. So I've never had a pedal look this intense before. Let's keep the unboxing going. Let's get the slave out. All right, so there's the slave pedal. Essentially, it's the same thing, really, because they're both configured for singles right now. So why is this a slave? Oh, I can see why it's a slave, because this is where our drive shaft is gonna connect, I think. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I like that it comes configured as two separate singles. That's very, very cool. Let's, same thing here, clip this plastic guy like that. All right, I have to figure out real quick here how to add some tension to this. There's no chain too, right? So the thing with the Bigfoot is, I guess there's like a spring mechanism. I didn't even do a whole ton of research into these pedals. It was more like word of mouth. Like I hit up the dudes that I know that play really fast and they were all like, yep, trick Bigfoot, you're good to go. So I guess there's a spring mechanism inside of here that acts as the chain. So there's no actual chain that you're like pulling down as you swing, like in typical pedals, or pulling up, I guess. Yeah, essentially be pulling up. But yeah, let me figure out here. I'm gonna grab that quick start manual and let's just read through how to actually set this guy up. Okay, so I've got a little bag of hardware here. Inside, looks like some Velcro strips. Oh, they did include a drum key. I was hoping for that. Add that to the collection. Oh, a couple Allen keys as well, which is sweet. Because for some reason, a lot of the pedals that I've owned in the past, well, maybe the Speed Cobras came with an Allen key of its own. I can't remember, but I remember a couple times having to go and purchase Allen keys that were at the right size for those pedals. So glad we got a couple Allen keys. I'm not sure what these are. I think they're probably like pads, felt pads. Yeah, it looks like they're felt pads for the beater mechanism. Put it on there to protect the kick drum. We're not gonna do that because we're playing metal. We want it to be as punchy as possible. Yeah, so now let's take a look at the actual spring mechanism on this to create tension. So essentially it looks like I just tighten here once it's lined up, and there's like an arrow on the right and then a line on the left with numbers. I'm just gonna line up those two for now, and then I'll make more adjustments when I actually get this on the kit. That worked perfect, so I'm just gonna tighten that there. And now, there we go. Pedals put together. Wow, it's actually super smooth. All right, so that's one. The only last thing I'm gonna do with this pedal is, this is the slave pedal. So I'm gonna take this off here, take the beater off like this. There we go, beater's off. And now, how do we attach these two? Definitely, okay, I do have this mechanism. Let's see what this does. So I've got the two like this. Clearly this is the slave pedal because there is this little like extension. And because the extension's on the left like this, I assume like that, right? That makes sense to me. Let's take a look at whatever this mechanism is. I think this is gonna be probably what bridges the two pedals together. All right, I am gonna refer back to that quick start manual for this one, I think. Okay, so this is, they're calling a hub, double and add-on pedals only. Double pedal, that's me. Converts a single pedal into the primary of a double pedal. Primary of a double pedal. Well, that would mean that single pedal, primary of the double. I guess I have to take out, it looks like that fits an Allen key. Okay, I'm onto something here. So I'm gonna insert this Allen key into this guy here. Turn this, okay, coming off. Turn this guy, we're opening that up. And then, let me take a look. Yep, so I'm just going to insert this hub mechanism like this, looks like, maybe? Hang on, let me think this through. Okay, on my first impression, I just cannot get over how heavy duty this pedal is. It's crazy. I feel like these are like machine parts for like an assembly line or something. Super impressive. Oh, okay, all right, so I'm seeing here actually that the ends have different connection types. So now we got a little bit of a clue as to how this is gonna go together. That makes sense too because the logo is now pointing towards me on the top of the drive shaft here. So I'm gonna let's deal with this one first because we've got this mechanism here we kind of need to figure out. Oh, okay, so like that. All right, so I have to loosen out this and then slide this in. So that like that. And then I'm going to tighten that guy back up. But I still am not sure how to actually get this mounted on here. I've got to be missing something. Okay, I'm gonna take the drive shaft back off this mechanism because I think I'm starting to put the pieces together. Aha, okay, so you see that? There you go. You go in like that and then you turn it from inside here. That is super nifty. That's super cool. I guess I'll just put it like this, put this inside, turn it into place, like that. There you go, okay, cool. Man, oh man. So there we go, we've got that in now. Now, I'm not sure how to tighten this. I guess down here maybe? I tighten it here. Oh, goes like that. Okay, so I have this hub connection attached. It actually provides the hole in which we're going to insert the beater that will be controlled by our slave pedal over here. So now the next thing we're gonna do is attach the drive shaft to the two pedals, and then I will insert the beater into that hub mechanism, and then the double pedal will be assembled. So here we go, let's try this out. There is like an actual groove that this guy just slides into, and then we will just tighten this here, like that. And now I'm gonna go over to the other side here and connect these two. That's slotted. I'm gonna tighten that into place like so. Okay, and then the last thing we'll do is attach the beater. I'm gonna swivel the beaters both around to point towards the kick head, batter head when we actually get it on the kick kind of thing. All right, and then we have it. A little confusing just because I've never seen a pedal this heavy duty before. I can't get over the weight to this and how unbelievably everything is built. Like you can tell just by looking at it, the build quality is just through the roof compared to the other pedals that I've played. So right away, super, super impressed. I am so excited to get this on the kit and try it out and see how fast I can go. So now with that assembled, I will mention essentially when I did the Speed Cobra unboxing, I did the unboxing and then 2 weeks later, I did a review video where I broke down what I liked, what I didn't like, and everything that I thought about that Speed Cobra pedal. I will do the same thing with this trick pedal. So I'm gonna play it for this next cover, and then after that, you're gonna see a review video where I will go into detail the differences between the feel of this compared to the Speed Cobra. Out the gate, I'm gonna tell you right away, what I've heard is that pedals of this class, so these like longboard direct drive pedals, these much higher end pedals that are meant for a lot of speed and durability for sure. I mean, I can see that in it right away. These types of pedals, apparently they feel very, very different from conventional chain driven pedals. There's a bit of an adjustment period is what I've been told. So we'll talk about that in the review video. Now to get into the second half of this video, let's break down the different types of pedal that are out there, because some of you might be wondering right now, what is a direct drive pedal and what's really the difference? So essentially there is 4 different types of pedal. I own 3 of them. The first one you are looking at is the direct drive pedal. This is my Tama Speed Cobra that you probably remember from my first unboxing video. The difference between this and the last guy is that this is a dual chain driven pedal. That means that there's 2 chains here. There's not a direct drive. It's a physical chain mechanism. I couldn't find the actual main. I only could find the slave foot. But this is my old Pearl Eliminator thing from a long time ago. This was my first double kick pedal. I can't believe I even have the slave pedal lying around still. This is a single chain. This is a double chain. That was a direct drive. And then the final one, I don't have a version of, I'll put a picture on the screen for you. It's a belt driven pedal. Belt driven pedals aren't really for metal or rock, nothing with really, really high dynamics. The reason for that is just because the belts aren't as durable as chains or the actual direct drive mechanism in the direct drive pedal. And they're really a lot better suited for like jazz style playing or electric kits where you're gonna be using different dynamics, or you can play a bit softer and get away with it in the case of the electric kit. In a single chain driven pedal, there's a lot of motion back and forth, a lot of swivel in that foot plate, and that causes friction and a little bit of wobble. Not great for consistent speed, especially at higher tempos. Overall, it makes for kind of more of a flimsy experience on the pedal. The dual chain, it makes it a little bit better, but there still is a little bit. Also, the dual chain as well just is more durable because there's 2 chains holding it. It feels a bit smoother too. I did notice a difference when going up from a single chain driven to a dual chain driven in the first place, but then the biggest difference is to the direct drive mechanism, because of course there's absolutely no swivel. It's the most consistent, fastest that you can kind of get in these builds. Now there's kind of an interesting misconception among drummers when it comes to these direct drive mechanisms. A lot of drummers think that these are new inventions that came out to sort of help with the demand for faster, more accurate double kick in more progressive, sort of mainstream contemporary forms of metal and music. That's actually not the case. The direct drive pedal is the original kick pedal, and it dates back to the 1800s when orchestras started to include pedals in their percussion section that allowed the drummers to become something called a double drummer. Essentially, it just meant that they were playing one drum with their foot and another drum with their hands. It was like the early beginnings of the drum set, and is really the drum pedal in its most prehistoric form. Now, I've heard among guys that you do sacrifice power when you go to a direct drive pedal over the dual chain, and for the longest time, that's why I didn't step up to a direct drive, was because I'm all about power. I want it to be as loud as possible. I want my kick drum to be heard, whether there's a mic or a trigger on it, doesn't matter. I want it to be as loud as it can be. And so I kind of avoided these guys just because I wasn't really reaching high tempos yet. Now that I'm starting to venture into higher tempo territory, I'm stepping up finally, as I've kind of mentioned throughout, to this guy to see how fast I can get. Now, one last thing I'm gonna say about all 4 of those different pedals, the belt, the single chain, the double chain, and the direct drive. All of them work great in different applications. And really, the best pedal is always the pedal that feels best for the drummer at hand. There's no real best, it just comes down to what you can execute with what pedal you're using and what fits your playing style the best. So just keep that in mind. Try a couple different types of pedal, see what you like the best, and whatever works for you, definitely roll with. We're gonna see if this guy works for me. I'll get back to you in a couple weeks with another video, and we'll talk about my experience with this, of course. I have in the description below direct links to all of the equipment that I have unboxed and talked about in this video, including my old Speed Cobra pedals. So definitely go check that out if you wanna maybe grab a Speed Cobra or grab one of these Bigfoot pedals for yourself. I really hope you enjoyed this unboxing video. If you did, make sure to let me know by giving it a like. I wanna leave a huge thank you to all of the incredible individuals that support me on Patreon to help me continue to make videos like this. If you enjoy these videos, maybe consider supporting me on Patreon and come join my Discord server and Discord community. We talk drums a lot of the time. Lastly, if you'd like to support the channel through buying some merch, there's a merch link in the description below. You can connect with me further on all of my social media pages. They're on the screen for you right now and in the description below. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and I will see you all very soon with something new.